Yeah. So 158, oh, it looked easy.
It
Listen,
did.
if you have a 156 PB, a 158 is going to look easy. I wouldn't be surprised if she sets a PB in the final. She also does this interesting thing, and I don't know if this is something she does consciously. She doesn't run right on the rail. Have you seen this? She's about halfway out,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's almost like she's inviting someone to try to go by on the inside so she can feel them and then pick it up. But it's also makes it harder for someone to pass on the outside because you're just occupying more space. But she looks like the favorite based on how she ran today and just how easy it was, but also if you take into account the past 2 months. Raven Rogers, the other American in the final. Great Britain has three in there. Gemma Reekie, Keely Hodgkinson, and Alex Bell. Natoya Gould looked good in that first heat where she finished ahead of Reekie, but I think Mo is the favorite, and I think Reekie and Gould would be the two main challengers. Big surprise, the biggest surprise we can say is Ajay Wilson not making it through. She was in that first heat, and it went out slow, so you knew she was going to have to be top two. And she was there with 150 to go, and then Reekie and Gould ran away from her, and then she ultimately faded to fourth.
Yeah. Qualifying in the 800 is weird. A lot of times, some people who have the talent and are in your mind finalists just don't make it because of the draw of how the 800s play out, because you can have such a fast one round and a slower second round. But heat, one fast heat and one slower heat. But it's not just Ajay Wilson who kind of was left. Almanza of Cuba, she's
Mm-hmm.
been running
Yeah.
incredible. Rosemary Almanza didn't
Mm-hmm.
qualify, and obviously the world champion in 2019. I'm not going to try to say her last name. Nakai. That's,
Mm-hmm.
that's it,
Yeah.
right?
But with
She
Wilson,
got dead
she
last.
was in Wilson was in a tough heat, and she was in good position. But I just think it's been a tough year for her overall, and she got third at trials in a somewhat similar race where there was a gap that formed, but she was able to claw back against that field. This field much better, much deeper. And then she ran that 157 in the race with men at Penn, which gave me sort of hope that she was on the rise. But ultimately, it just was not her year um, for her in this event. I think. What do you think Mo's strategy is going to be in the final?
I think it's going to be going out in 57, 56. I think her strategy is going to be try to PR. I think she's not going to try to, because she kind of did two different strategies. In the first round, she did the I'm better than everyone else strategy, so I'm just going to jog and then see what else everyone else does. No one's going to pass me because they know I'm better than you. She was like
Mm-hmm.
the running in her local regional state meet where everyone's like, oh God, Athing Mu's in my heat. Okay, no one
Mm-hmm.
pass her. Let her do whatever
Yeah.
she wants. That was the first round. And then the second round is like, all right, now I'm going to show you that I have the strength, and I'm going to go out in 57, 56 pace and just hold it and be able to, you're never going to even be near me. And no one, she kind of let up near the end, but like the person chasing her for second never closed
Yeah.
the gap on her in that entire final 100 meters. So there was zero like, oh, you're the wheels are falling off, you're tightening up. She just looked smooth the entire way. So you have to
Yeah.
imagine, with the thought of potential gold in your mind, she's gonna go out there and I think she's gonna PB, and it's maybe she's a baby Rudisha coming around. Like maybe she's
Mm-hmm.
about to like take off and just be
Yeah.
unbeatable for the next decade. I mean, starting off pretty well right now.
She's very comfortable running from the front, and I wouldn't expect her to change that in the final. And any athlete that's reaches this level, they've dominated at the younger level for the most part. It's kind of rare, so they get used to running in front. But Athing Mu, I know you've watched some of those old AAU races going back when she was, 14, 15. She got used to just burying people and going for records. That's what she was doing. She was chasing these times, and nobody could keep up then. And you thought, okay, well, as she gets older, there's going to be competition. How is she going to respond to it? And she just keeps beating them the same way she was beating them when she was in 8th grade or 9th grade or in 10th grade. And it's just stunning to see that translate to the international level. That being said, Riki and Ghoul are particularly experienced. This is a deep field. I think obviously this is going to be her toughest test yet. And there's, it's still the 800. So there's still wild things that can happen. If you were her opponent, what would you try to do? Would you just try to go out ridiculously hard the first 150 and just grab the lead and try to control the race and make her react? Or would you just try to cling to her shoulder?
Well, there's nothing you're going to be able to do because I think Athing Mu is planning on going out in like 56 low.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Okay.
And so what, you're going to go out in 55? Like, no, you're not going to do that. Oh, you're going to stay back and go out in 60 and hope you close a 4-second gap? No, that's not going to work either. The only thing you have really to do is just pray that she tightens up in the final 150. That's the only chance you have against Athing Mu, I think.
Yeah. And this was, we could put it up on the screen now. This was basically Athing Mu's career prior to this, those huge margins, just dominating fields. And
how old is Athing Mu?
19.
She 20 yet? She's 19. So if she wanted to, she would still be eligible. Would she still be eligible to run at the AA Junior Olympics this week? In the 19-year-old section?
The rare double. I think they'll have her. Yeah, I think they would make accommodations for her.
She's like that one person who had an opportunity. Do I run in the AA Junior Olympic Games or the Tokyo Olympic Games? She chose the right decision. She made the right decision, but I think she's the only one really in that AAU universe that ever was ever given that decision. Yeah. Choose our Olympics or their Olympics. She's won enough AAU titles that she can go on and win an actual world Olympic title.
Travis says she could do 17, 18, I think.
Oh.
Even though she's maybe because she just turned 19.
Oh,
I don't know.
No, you can't. 19-year-olds aren't allowed. It's 18 is the highest you can be. So I take back that whole premise.
All right. So the double is gone.
Double's gone. It's disappointing. But maybe she can,
maybe
mess around with the birth certificate or something, and people won't know. Maybe she can just fly under the radar, like just no one will notice.
I think they'll have her.
I think it's gonna be hard for. I think they'll have her. They'll let her. They'll make an exception. It's like if you qualify for the Olympics and you're 19, you get to run.
Any year you can go back. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the other running event final, the mixed gender 4x4. Now, Gordon, I watched